Hello, everyone. Jen here. I have not gone live. Just give me one sec. I need to go live on Instagram. Here we go. It's working. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay. So I'm using StreamYard. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. This is really, really cool. This is pretty different. First of all, I haven't gone live in forever. But this is a topic that I have been sitting with for quite a long time. And I know that so many network marketers, in particular, and probably other online marketers, entrepreneurs, whether it's affiliate marketing or the like, course creators, etc. You may have experienced some softness in your business. And I know I'll speak specifically about network marketing because that's my background. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since October 2019. I built my entire entrepreneurial income business off of network marketing. And I'm super grateful. It's just been the most amazing experience for the most part. There's definitely things about it that if I could change, I would. And I'm not going to take a back seat on that. I actively do my best to make changes and improve the industry. But for today, I want to share with you what happened specifically, and I'll speak just my story. I will share my story. I will share my opinions. And most importantly, I want to share with you exactly what happened, why my business went down, and what happened to my income as a result, and what I did to recoup the income that I lost. I'm not 100% back to bright or to green in that regards. Like I haven't 100% recouped my maximum income that I was making at one point when things were really great in my network marketing business, but that was kind of dessert money anyway, right? Like let's just say I wanted to be making about 10,000 or so a month in order to feel really secure and confident as an entrepreneur. So I didn't have to go back to work and all that stuff. So, and I realized that that's a lot. And, maybe we can just say less than that is probably sufficient, maybe more like 7 or 8. Someone could very comfortably live off of, especially since we're a double income household. But anyway, I'm used to, let's say like a bit more of a rich type lifestyle. Okay. So let's just say that. So I'm going to say, let's say 8,000. Okay. Now I'm sharing this with you because I know so many network marketers have experienced these declines. And I think I'll share a little bit of my story here. So what happened was in 2019, 2018, I started my business. I had come from a different company. When I came into the company I'm with now, had a huge successful run early on. So really quickly, my business grew really, really fast. And it was so exciting and I loved it. And that growth continued month over month. And of course, some of it was up and some of it was down, as is totally normal in business. And then I experienced some difficult things. So I'll say in 2019, we hit the elite level for the first time. So we hit 100,000 in volume for the first time. And then after that, it wasn't too long after, it was just less than a year, maybe 10 months later, 9 months later, where I had a big leader in my business who was, allegedly breaking policy. I don't know all the details, but she was reported by some other leaders, and then because she was disrupting apparently some businesses. And so without getting into all the details, in the end, the most important thing is she lost her business. So she was removed. She was like my biggest recruiter, my biggest team builder, my biggest producer. So that hurt. And that was kind of the first moment where I had that like, oh crap, I'm not fully in control here. And so, if you've ever felt that as a network marketer or, any kind of online marketer, if you felt like specifically if you sell a product that you don't own or control, okay, let's say that, then you've probably felt this at some point or other. And if you haven't yet, you probably will. So, what I want to share with you is that was kind of the beginning for me. And that was early 2020. And so at that time, I remember having this aha moment where I was like, oh boy, I need to do something on top of this because I'm not in control. And so it was at that time where I decided I was going to become a coach, or a course creator, because I knew I had all this knowledge inside of me from my experience. I was able to break through in the network marketing space where I struggled for years. I struggled for nearly 4 years in my previous company, and I really couldn't even break through beyond, like, I couldn't even hit the 40,000 level in team volume. And that for me was like this massive accomplishment and this massive goal that I wanted to hit, but I just could never get there. And I hit it in this other business, like, I don't know, I think it was 4 months in. I'll have to check the numbers, which I will show you my numbers. I'm not afraid to. I'm not making any claims. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying network marketing is very challenging. It is not easy. Most people will never ever achieve, top income results. And my results are not at all typical. I will tell you that 100%. But I want to show you what happened to my business to paint the picture of how things went down. But I essentially, I knew that I had achieved this result, and I was like, I can create a course or help coach other network marketers around this idea of taking their business online, building a personal brand. So I built the Killer Brand Academy, which was my first course that I had ever done. I was all self-taught, and I built it all in the tech, and it was amazing. And it was a lot of work because I wasn't experienced as a course creator coach, and all the tech was pretty overwhelming. And I figured it all out, but it was a lot of work, and I was like full time at this. And I wasn't, let me think. This was 2020. So I was full time as an entrepreneur. So I no longer had my corporate job. So I thought I can handle this. So I was kind of doing both things, but I was almost splitting my brain a little bit because I'd been in network marketing for so long. I was like, this other thing's so exciting and I really want to do this. And it kind of pulled my attention over there. And I started to become fearful. And of course, the messaging in network marketing is very much like, be careful not to get distracted, be careful not to allow the shiny object syndrome to take you away from the main thing and all this stuff. And so all of that pulled me back to my network marketing business. And I decided, despite having a really great first launch of my course and helping people have such amazing results, and my students were just so incredible, and they had amazing results. I remember one particular woman in Australia. She went from like, I won't have the right numbers, but like number 68 or 70 in the country to like number 17 rank, and she rank advanced a whole bunch, and she kind of hit this top rank, and she was just doing amazing. And so that was I knew that course was successful and that I could help people in a big way, but I still went against my intuition and I refocused solely on my network marketing business. That, I believe, was a mistake. However, that's when the market shifted in my favor. And so, things were difficult in the world. I don't know what we're allowed to say these days, if I will get kind of shadow banned or limited in my reach if I say the word. But the certain thing that happened in the world where everybody was staying at home, we'll say that, that was really in full swing by the end of 2020. And so everybody being online, really, they weren't leaving home. And so people were shopping online in ways that they had never done before. And my business took off. Not only that, but my team and we discovered TikTok, and we were just crushing it on Instagram and TikTok. We were doing reels. We were doing short form video on TikTok, etc. And we were crushing sales. And so we exploded. We hit the 200,000 team volume mark. I had so many leaders on my team. And then things started to soften and slow down a little bit. Another one of my top leaders just took a step back. And hey, Rob. And essentially, things just went downhill from there. Shortly after that, so I will say, like, doors kind of opened. The world started to get back out there, and I guess it was 2022. It's hard to believe that it was like 3 years. My God. But things started to go back to normal, and because people were locked inside for so long, they were like, "Let me out!" Right? So they went out and into the world, and people weren't online as much, and the business started to go like this, and people in my business started to leave. I had another big leader walk away. And at this point, I will say I was used to like pretty significant income, well north of 10,000 a month. Again, not at all typical, not at all easy to get to. It took me years and years to build up to that. I believed through my many years in network marketing that when you build it will continue to grow, and it will multiply and do all of that. And of course there's an element of that, but the truth is that if you aren't consistently recruiting in your own business, your business will eventually dwindle. And I lost, at that point I had two big leaders that walked away, which, yes, it impacts volume, but more so it was like, I put so much time and effort into coaching these people and their teams and all of that, which no different than if somebody leaves an employer, right? They put money into training them, time into training their employees. And then if they decide to go to a different company, I mean, such is life, right? But in a company, in a corporate situation, you still get your salary, even if team members leave. Whereas in network marketing, you don't, right? Like their business, if it drops off, your income is directly impacted, which is, why I will say why there's so much bad behavior in network marketing, which is conversation for another day, but that's something we can tackle another time. But so it was shortly after that I experienced a significant loss in my life, and it hit home big for me. And that was in late summer of 2021. And my business at that time was like on fire. And you know what I'll do is, let me just share my screen while I'm talking. And I'm just going to show you my volume here. So I want you to look at this OP number, ignore everything else because it doesn't really matter. This is when I started my business in 2018. I started, 6,000 team volume. Then we jumped 22, 21, 47. So it was I started near the end of March, but let's say 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it was like 4 months in, I hit 40. This was the 40,000 was the team volume level that I just could never hit. And I hit that in my 4th month here, or call it 4.5 months. That was a massive milestone and really built my belief in this company. And I was flying high. We had our first Black Friday month, which was 70,000, which I was so excited. We dipped down a little bit after that over the holidays, and then came right back in March, went up in April, and hit 100,000 for the first time in May of 2019. And then after that, typically when you hit a big rank, you go down a little bit, and we did. Summer happened, etc. And then we start to build back up. And then we had another Black Friday, 143,000 in November of 2019. And then December, we dipped down. And this is where the big leader got removed. I think it was like somewhere right in here. So we had the softness of the holiday season, and then, she was removed. And so really struggled for a little while. And then we all kind of got locked in to our homes. Things started to really pick up a little bit slower here. But then this is where I was kind of distracted through here, this summer period, where I was doing the coaching and doing my Killer Brand Academy. Then November 2020 came. We had a huge Black Friday, 156,000. I was like, okay, this is exciting. I'm going to refocus. Then we really flew from there. So we didn't even dip down that far over the holidays. We came out just crushing it. We hit 200,000 for the first time that next April. And the summer, we were doing really, really well, a little bit softer, and then massive November, 231,000. So you can see like things were good, right? This was the time of, everyone was at home. Online shopping was huge. People couldn't go to stores. And this is where my team was really crushing it on TikTok. It was going great. But this is right here is where I suffered a pretty big loss. Actually, it was right here, July. And I really lost focus in my business. So you can see August, September, October, I was basically on the couch in the fetal position. It was just like a really bad time personally. And then, I really struggled to kind of get back at it, but I was slowly coming back. And my business was doing okay, but I'll tell you, after those few things happened where I lost some big leaders, and then I experienced loss, and that kind of pulled me back. I lost a lot of motivation, which was totally a personal thing. And I take full responsibility for where my business went after this. But then on top of that, kind of downward momentum that had already started, then, the doors to the world opened up and things really started to get soft. And at that point, I admittedly had kind of just become a little bit jaded, and my business continued to go down from there. So this is kind of where we're at now. We kind of live in and around this 70 to 55 kind of range. So I share all that with you to be completely open and transparent. And again, not to make any claims. That's not at all what this is about. I'm sharing my personal story. And, what we as a team achieved was absolutely incredible. And the fact that I still have the most amazing business that is, well above the 40,000 that I could really never hit in my first company is a huge achievement. And I still make, what many people would consider a full-time income from that business that continues to truck along. And, but I admittedly don't do a whole lot there anymore. My focus from that point, because I had that realization that there were some things happening in the industry that I didn't love, and it kind of pushed me away a bit. And I've slowly been coming back and realizing that I can make a difference, and that's part of what I want to do. Is I want to help to change some of the behaviors and create community around doing things better and in a different way. So more to come on that. But I also want to share my story because I know so many network marketers have experienced very similar declines in their business and in their income as a result. And I know I've heard so many stories of people who've just struggled in tears, and people going back to work and doing things that they didn't ever think that they would do again, because their business has gone down. And because I was able to, you're welcome, Angela. Because I was able to offset that loss, and again, not 100% in full, but that's why I'm showing you the numbers, so that, because I could just say anything and, who's to say whether it's true or not. So that's why I want to show you essentially the receipts, right? So, so I showed you my volume. That's what happened in my network marketing business. And then I will show you what I did after that. So after that, I'm just going to pull up. So I started doing affiliate marketing on the side. So I partnered with a network marketing, attraction marketing training company. Amazing folks there. Love them. Love what they do. I started as a student there, and then started to contribute, doing trainings and stuff with them. And it was super, super fun. I really loved doing that. And that was the first thing that I started to do where I was like, I can really lean into this. And I started running ads to it, and I did really well. So let me just pull up my dashboard here and I will share. Let me see. I don't want to share any personal information, so just give me a second. Okay, I think this is good. So yeah, I can share this. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. So I partnered with these guys, and um, basically, here's what happened. Ignore all this. This is just like where it came from, like emails and whatnot. But basically, I made 193 sales, and the time frame here is like I started April. Was it April 2023? Hang on. Let me just do. I guess it. Yeah, it was April. It was April 2023 is when I went kind of all in. I just don't want to waste too much time here, guys. I went all in. So this is from like April when I started running ads through till July. Let's say July. I think maybe a little bit into August, but it was kind of July. So April, May, June, July. It's like 4 or 5 months, call it. I sold $107,605. This is US dollars, and I'm Canadian. So for me, I just add 30% to everything. So call it like 140,000 Canadian dollars or 107,000 US dollars. Sharing this tab, view tab. Oh yeah, here we go. Wanted to make sure it was working. I sold 107,000 US dollars of someone else's product. And yeah, I did well. I made $25,000 US dollars. One person refunded for 27, not bad. But like that was huge, right? In that 4 or 5 month period, if I convert that into Canadian, like that's probably close to 40,000 Canadian dollars. So definitely over that 5-month period or whatever it was, I was really able to offset my income. But then, something happened here where, without getting into details, because it really doesn't matter. But ultimately, something else happened where I realized that, again, I lack control, right? And there was kind of a system glitch, and I just had this. Nothing bad happened. Like they helped me out. They made it right, but it just kind of like reminded me like, oh crap, here I am again, putting all my eggs into a basket that I don't own and control. And so now at this point, I've got my network marketing income, which is significantly lower. It's, call it was like 3,000 to 5,000 a month. And then I have my, this affiliate income, which at the time, like I was spending quite a lot on ads. So not all of it was profit, but let's say there was another maybe 2,000 or so a month from that. And then I still had a gap, right? Because again, I was kind of used to 10 to a little more than that kind of on a very consistent basis. And so I was like, ooh, this is not good. And it was going down. And so I was like, okay, what do I do here? So that's when I realized I needed to take control and create my own digital product that was out of my own knowledge, my own experience in life, my own the gold mine of information and skills that I had collected and created over years and years of working corporate and having a successful career there, and then building a really successful network marketing business after years of struggle. And like, that's all very valuable. And I know that people would be able to benefit from my knowledge. And so I thought, okay, here I am once again, 3 years later, 2023, 3 years exactly after I decided I wanted to start my first course business and Sell the Killer Brand Academy that I quit on myself when I shouldn't have. I should have kept going, but I just didn't know what I didn't know then. But hindsight being 2020, 3 years later, I was like, oh, why did I ever quit doing that? So I got started and I created my own digital product business. And I started selling low ticket digital products. I was selling network marketing trainings, workshops, messaging trainings. And then I created my first membership. And I want to show you what that has looked like for me, because I want to encourage you to trust your gut. If you think that you need to diversify your income, then trust in that. And if it keeps coming back to you, that's the universe giving you signals and saying like, hello, are you paying attention? And if you don't pay attention and it's meant for you, it's just going to keep coming and hitting you in the head, right? And so all these things that happened over time were reminders for me that I needed to diversify, and I needed to add this stream of income that was mine, that I controlled. No one could take it away. You're right, Rob. Always listen to your instinct. Absolutely. And so if that's something that's been kind of nagging at you, or you've been getting these hints, listen to it. And I am a huge proponent of creating your own digital products, because first of all, you don't have to get it from anywhere outside of you. It comes from within, right? So and I know a lot of people deal with imposter syndrome and they feel like, well, who am I to teach other people? I'm not an expert. I'm not certified. I'm not highly educated. Whatever that story is that you're telling yourself, just know that you're totally normal for feeling that way. We all at some point or another feel like an imposter. And I did too. When I first started, I was very nervous and I thought, I don't belong here. But you just keep taking that one step and putting it one foot in front of the other. And eventually it just gets easier. And I promise you, with the right roadmap and tools and guidance, you can create the most incredible digital products and an income for yourself through that you can rely on. So let me just share my screen one more time here. I'm going to share my Stripe because I want you to see. Well, let me go. All time. So you can see back here, this was like I started doing I don't know what I was doing in 2019, but here I was selling my course. And so this was kind of like the course era. And then this is where I'm at today. And let me go. Let's go last 12 months. Okay, here we go. So I had a nice big spike here and then a big spike here. This here, since September, right here, is where I started my membership, and it has just grown since there. Let me go here and show you since September. It has been a slow burn for sure, but that is literally the way that it's supposed to be. And I want to be totally transparent with you. When you're doing things the right way and building the strong foundations, it is a slow journey. It's not going to happen overnight. And that is totally normal. Yes, I have a lot of experience, but I'm not as experienced in selling my own digital product. I'm not as experienced as a membership owner. And so for me, I'm learning too. And I want to share with you as I go along this journey so that you can get a peek behind the tent of what's really going on, and you can see what is potentially possible if you were to put in the same effort into your own digital product. So this is what I'm helping people to do now, is to do exactly what I'm doing. I've got lots of active subscribers. We're going up every day. I'm currently working on a very big launch that I'm going to share with you in a second, but it's going to help us to really bump this. My goal is to get well over 100 members, and I know we're going to do that. I'm really excited for that. My gross volume has this is 7,600. So I've added another 7,600 minus there's some fees and some taxes, but pretty nominal, and then some expenses because I am running ads. But I am currently running ads at a break even. So it doesn't cost me anything to acquire a new customer. And then I have this monthly recurring revenue from my membership that is all recurring. So this is the real monthly recurring from my digital product. And then on top of that, any one-time customers that I would get kind of over and above the break-even point of my ads. So I just wanted to share that with you as inspiration, to show you what's possible, to show you what I'm doing, where I'm at in my journey. So I now have 3 pretty amazing streams of income. My network marketing business continues to work in the background. That affiliate side of things continues to do its thing, and I get residuals from that. And then also now I've got my digital product business, which I'm so passionate about. And it is, I will admit, getting a lot of my attention, but it's because it has lit a fire inside of me. And when I see people doing the work, getting excited about it, seeing results, there's just no better feeling. So I wanted to share that with you, and I will leave you with this. So in a few weeks, so what day is today? January 9th. So on February the 6th, which is a Tuesday, will be the day that I am starting a 3-day challenge. I'm working on the details right now, but I can tell you it's going to be absolutely amazing. And the concept is around creating your own digital product and discovering the knowledge, the skills from inside of you to create a digital product that will sell and that is in demand, and that you can really create that sustainable foundational income and growth for your overall business. And if you have a network marketing business that you also want to grow, or you have an affiliate business you also want to grow, or some other product that you're selling, you can absolutely tie them together and help to grow the whole thing as a whole. So that's absolutely something that you can do. It does not have to be, either your network marketing business or your affiliate business or a digital product. This is a digital product business, can be done in a few hours a week, low maintenance, automated funnels. That's what I teach. And mine pretty much works in the background. And so I have a lot of extra time to be able to create new resources and new trainings and new tools for my members, and for you guys. So I'm excited. Finished my first live back after I can't even tell you how long it's been, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And definitely check out in the caption, if you're watching on YouTube, in the description below, I'll drop in there a free resource that I have for you, where it's called the Idea to Income Planner, and you can check that out. I also have an AI powered version of it, which is like absolutely incredible, and I sell it for only $7. So if you want to grab that, totally do that. I've had some rave reviews about it. It's a great place to start. And then I would love to see you inside my 3-day challenge coming up soon. And definitely keep a close eye on my pages here, because I'm going to be sharing lots more about that, and you'll have the opportunity to jump in with us, and it will be totally free. So can't wait to see you there. Okay, take care.